This is JILLIANA Ranicar-Breese, and I'm here in Nice, in the beautiful home of Caroll, Rosso, Cicogna. I got it right, yeah? And we're actually in the Chateau Anglais, and which has been her home since, when is it?
Since 1994.
1994, yes. And she divides her time between Trieste and Nice. Now, Carol, you in your previous working life, you were an interpreter for the UN, is that right?
Yes. I trained as an interpreter, and then I did part of my career as a simultaneous interpreter at the International Atomic Energy Agency in Vienna. So in scientific...
Very scientific
matters.
Complete opposite of art.
A complete opposite of art, although there is art in contemporary science also,
yes.
in the after relativity. And then when I married Giorgio, who is an Italian diplomat, I left the UN and I became a freelancer and continued to work for the organization.
Right. Now, you stopped all that when?
I stopped, I got married, you mean?
No.
When I stopped the profession as an interpreter,
yes.
Around 2002, 2003.
And since that time, you've devoted yourself to art completely, haven't you?
Yes, art and also writing.
Yes.
I believe that writing and painting go together.
Right.
Yes.
Now tell me, how did you get, what inspired you? Because your art is very, very specialized. It's icons and you paint on
miniatures
wood
also,
and
yes.
miniatures.
Miniatures on parchment, yes.
So tell me, what inspired you? Did you have an epiphany, or... Because it's Greek and Russian icons.
It's Greek and Russian icons, and it will seem very, very paradoxical to you, but actually it's my training in yoga and my interest for Oriental philosophy, mainly Hindu philosophy, which brought me to the icon.
Well, you lived in India, didn't you?
Yes.
5 years in India.
Exactly. My husband was posted in Delhi, but I already knew India because I was always interested in yoga and the Vedanta philosophy. And so when I was there for 5 years, I could travel, I could go to holy places, go on pilgrimages, and get deep into this culture. Of yoga.
So what's the link?
Yes, the link is that when I stopped interpreting, I said I have to keep my neurons going, my hands, and I wanted to experiment with colors, with matters, and painting. But having not had a training as an artist, I mean Les Beaux-Arts or l'Académie, I felt that going into it in a contemporary way would be unlocking the subconscious in such a big way that I would not be capable of expressing it because I didn't have the fundamentals of the techniques.
Oh, but I mean, look at naive painting.
Yes,
I mean,
know.
You don't need to be...
But this was not really reasoned. It came by itself. One day, the icon crossed my way.
How?
And through a friend who was a painter herself and who had started going to a group of icons here in Nice, in a monastery. We had an Italian teacher.
You mean to learn to paint, to learn icons?
The art of icon.
Okay.
And so that really spoke to my soul. Yes. I'm born a Christian, I'm of this culture, but I believe in universal spirituality.
Yes,
and
interfaith.
Yes, and so I thought this is a beautiful means of expressing spirituality, because you have to know that icons are very codified. When you
They're very what?
Codified, structured.
Right.
You have to learn step by step. And your mentality goes back to those days, to the Middle Ages, to the Renaissance, because you have to prepare your materials yourself. You have to mix the colors yourself. It's our teacher always said, if you want ease, speed, fantasy, don't do icons.
What nationality was your teacher?
My teacher he still is.
Yes.
He's Italian.
Yes.
But he himself has a Russian teacher.
Oh.
Yes, a very, very talented Russian iconographer. And we're lucky that this Russian iconographer comes to Italy to give seminars, and our Italian teacher comes to Nice.
Oh, right.
So for 12 years, I've had training with him twice a year for periods of about 10 to 12 days in a monastery.
Oh,
So it's been like an ascese,
yes.
ascesis, you see, that way. But then my nature took over also, and I said, this is not enough. I have to go more experimenting with matter, colors, and so on. And then I felt ready about 2-3 years ago to try my hand with abstract art.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
That
that
way.
beautiful gold one. Well, we'll do
Yes.
that in another interview.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Because then I felt I have the basis. I know how to draw.
yes.
I know the alchemy of colors. You see,
Alchemy, yes.
alchemy of colors.
Yes.
And then I also took up miniature painting
Yes.
in the same monastery.
So most of your painting is done where? In Trieste? Or
No,
here?
No,
Or both?
I have an atelier in Trieste for simple practical reasons, is
Yes.
that we have a bigger place to live in Trieste, but I paint here also.
Right.
Yes.
Now, would you say your work is the same? The inspiration is the same in both cities? Or is your work different in Trieste? I mean, Trieste is Italian and, Nice is international, of course.
Yes, it's a very good question what you're saying, because I'm thinking
Yes,
now
yes.
of my friend painters over there and painters over here,
Yes.
and the spirit is totally different.
Yes, exactly.
Trieste,
And the
you are-
language too.
Yes, and in Trieste, which is a particular town, because you're already near Central Europe,
Yes.
the painters are more philosophical.
Oh.
They're more inward looking. Their painting is, let's say, in quotation marks, more serious. Here in Nice, it's more fun. Because you
Farfelu.
had l'école de Nice, no? So they like to experiment with crazy ideas, and it's very different. But it did not affect me at all. Now that I didn't think of that, but now that you're asking me the
So
question,
this gold painting
it's
that you've
interesting.
just shown me, was that painted in Nice?
yes, that was done in Nice.
Right.
But
So it's a bit like Picasso. You know, he had his blue periods, his pink periods,
yeah, but
depending on how he felt.
yes, but the question, made me think that I have my roots inside myself. Having lived in so many places, being international, you don't really have a patrie, a homeland, and that homeland is more in my heart. And so I express what I feel within through this medium, without being necessarily a practicing religious person.
But
I have to
for
say.
example,
Yes.
you're wearing a manuscript.
Oh,
Are
yes.
you not?
Yes, yes,
So-
yes.
And what is written on the manuscript? Because this is it something that you wear every day?
Yes, I keep it on. I can't tell you what's written on it, because you see it's encased, it's enclosed. So if it's like this, it means it's a bit sacred and secret.
Oh, sacred and secret.
Otherwise it would be open for everyone to
C'est privé.
see. C'est personnel, disons.
Ah.
C'est personnel et spirituel. Yes.
Does your husband know what's on it?
Oh yes, he saw it. I can tell you the technique. It's a very thin silver leaf,
Yes.
which is engraved and rolled and then put into this little, I don't know how you call it in English.
Case?
In a case, in a small case, yes.
Which
yes,
you
yes.
designed
And
yourself.
it comes from India. Yes.
But you had it made in Italy.
I had the case made in Italy.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
very nice.
Yes.
Well, we'll continue in part 2. Thank you very much.